Are you considering moving to Edmond, Oklahoma and want to know more about what it's like living here? Well, you are in for a treat. I just interviewed my clients, Tom and Natasha. They moved here a year and a half ago, and I'm going to share with you that interview so you can hear more of what it's like living in Edmond, Oklahoma. I'm Natalie Bratton with RE/MAX First. Check it out. Hey everybody, I'm here with my friends and clients, Tom and Natasha. We are here in their dining room. And instead of hearing from me all the time about Oklahoma, I thought you could hear about some people who actually did what many of you are thinking about doing, and that's moving here from another state. For reference for everybody, just tell everybody where you're from, where you grew up, maybe some different places you've lived in the United States.
We moved from Austin, Texas. I'm originally from Metro Detroit in Michigan, and I've lived, I guess, majority in the Metro Detroit area of Michigan. I've also lived in Houston, Texas, and in Laredo, Texas. So that's kind of my experience.
How about you?
Yeah, I grew up in Moline, Illinois. It's the home of John Deere Tractor. It's 3 hours south of Chicago, right on the Mississippi River. Moved to Austin, Texas about 12, 13 years ago. And then that's where I met my wife, and now we're in Edmond. So.
Great. And they've been here about a year and a half, right?
That's right.
Yeah, a year and a half. So what were the things that attracted you to Edmond, Oklahoma? How did that get on your radar?
I think that's really a story you should tell.
Yeah, so during the COVID lockdown, after we watched like Tiger King, we started watching things on YouTube about various...
Tiger King is what got you interested in
a little
Oklahoma.
bit. Yeah, a little bit. I put it that, and also I'm an NBA fan. I grew up near Chicago, so I watched a lot of Michael Jordan. And so I knew that Oklahoma City had an NBA team. So we were looking for places to possibly move. And after we had a pretty precarious trip to Dallas, it was right around the time like Tiger King came out. That's why I remember. We found your YouTube channel. We just Googled like Oklahoma City places to move. And she is the YouTube queen of Oklahoma City. If you search anything Oklahoma City, Natalie comes up. And so we kind of fell in love with your David Lynch style directorial, feel to your film. Your YouTubes have like the zoom in with
the fast talking
and the random clip art of like business professionals crying and throwing things, and I just couldn't stop watching it. So I thought it was kind of like just like something to get out of the house. Like, why don't I just drive up to Oklahoma City and talk to this realtor and check it out? And yeah, you drove me through Edmond and Piedmont and Yukon, and just loved it. Did some little research of my own. Went to Bricktown. Had my wife make her own trip when she was pregnant, which she deserves a lot of credit for. Yeah. Drove up when she was pregnant and checked it out, and she liked it well enough to pull the trigger, and that's how we found it.
Okay, so what was it that you liked when you initially came and visited? What was it where you were like, yes, I could live here?
Well, I think I was the one who really needed convincing. I was much more hesitant. Like my husband said, I was, about 5 months pregnant or so at the time. So I wasn't real thrilled about moving at that point in my life. But what I really liked was kind of like the small town feel. It felt a lot like where I had grown up. A lot of 2-lane roads, 4-way stops with stop sign. And it has a really charming downtown where you can kind of go shopping. They have a farmer's market all summer down there. And that really kind of spoke to like how I kind of, I guess, wanted to live and raise a family. I really wanted those kind of like simple things, and to give my kids some of the experiences I had, but without having to go as far north. We don't particularly love the snow and winter, so we were hoping to live somewhere with a little bit of a shorter winter, and that's not as intense. So Edmond kind of really fit the bill in those ways.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, a good way to think about it is that Oklahoma really is kind of like the Florida of the Midwest.
Florida of the Midwest.
I put it there, because it doesn't really get a lot of snow. It's usually summer year-round, or, we have a couple months here where it's 30s, 40s, kind of like Texas. It's very Texas-y. But the folks here, this isn't really the South, by my perception. Like, we both grew up in the Midwest, and it feels like the Midwest. So, like,
yes.
It was a kind of place where we wanted to raise our kids, and Austin's growth led to a pretty huge real estate bubble where if we sold our investment property and or the home we were living in, we were gonna make a nice profit, and in order to make that worthwhile, we kind of had to go someplace that was a lower cost of living. And Oklahoma City is like living in a small town for cheap, but you're next to a huge metropolitan area with all the benefits you could want. So it was a really good fit.
Yeah, we are like a mix of Midwestern and South.
Yes.
Like we're a
Yeah, you really feel that. I mean, me and Tom, I know, are in agreement. Even my parents, when they've come to visit, are in agreement that I think the people in Oklahoma are probably the friendliest people we've ever met anywhere. Very helpful, very friendly, willing to kind of stop and take their time. Like it's still kind of that slower pace of life that you can kind of think of when you think of the South. It's been great, and that way we really love the people and like the attitude, I guess.
So, do you have favorite places that you go to eat? Parks, anything, stuff that now they have 2 young kids, so that dictates some of their lifestyle. But what are some places that you really like here?
Yeah, so I think, a lot of our lifestyle is dictated by our children. But, having young kids, I can definitely say there's a lot to do. Some of my favorites places to take them are Hafer Park. It has multiple playgrounds of varying kind of sizes. So depending on the age of your kids and their abilities, you can kind of pick which playground's best for them. There's also walking trails and like a duck pond. It's more of a goose pond.
Yeah.
But the kids like it. And we love going to the Science Museum.
In Oklahoma City, we have a great science museum.
In general, all the museums are off the chain here. That's like your
Our museums are off the chain.
Off the chain here for huge value for the kids. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
They really are wonderful, and the Science Museum has something for everybody, and we do something new every time. So that's been
well. And I don't know if you saw, they're getting ready to completely remodel the planetarium.
I heard. So we're excited. We're also supposed to be getting an aquarium.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. But as far as even here in Edmond, we have like a little historical museum downtown, and that's kind of fun for the kids too. Like on a rainy or cold day.
You've been in the Edmond Historic?
Yeah,
I've never been there.
They have a play area for the kids.
Yeah.
They do.
They do, like a little town that's like set up in there. They have like toys and stuff, so you can just let the kids go in there and play, and you can sit on the bench and
Okay, well, I will go.
Yeah, so it's great for a quick and easy rain day. Cowboy Museum, or I think it has like a more official name.
Cowboy Hall of Fame.
But that's great too. They have a wonderful outdoor play area for the kids when the weather's nice.
What about? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no. I was just gonna say, I got NBA games. I get tickets 4 rows up from courtside sometimes on the baseline for less than $20, which is nuts.
What?
And yeah, I do. Yeah, they give you there's special apps you can camp out for. And I went 2 weeks ago and they won. I had the free throw sticks.
Yeah.
And banging them.
The French fries.
Yep. You can't find that anyplace else. I mean, and then you can park right next to the stadium. Either like $8 to $10 for right next to it, or you park in Bricktown and walk. It's a 5-10 minute walk. We also I want to say if you told somebody that a plaza was walkable or bikeable from your house, from a 4-bedroom house that had organic food. 5 or 6 restaurants, a doctor, a pediatrician, a cleaners, and was powered by mostly renewable energy. You'd think that they were talking about some of the other places we've talked about, like Austin or San Francisco, and that you'd have to pay $1 million to live there. But I found that in Oklahoma, it's not something I was looking for, but it occurred to me the other day, we can basically walk or bike. We're too lazy to do that, but sometimes I still do.
Well, we've biked to downtown Edmond as well.
All the way to downtown from here. It was very bike friendly, if you're looking for a walkable community, we can't recommend, not the whole city, but our community.
Yeah.
That just could happen by accident, right? So if you wanted that in Austin, you'd pay 6 to 7 times the same price for a house as you can get here. Yeah.
Well, you guys are super close to Parks and Recreation and Mitch Park.
Yes.
There's restaurants just right there off this. I know. I helped you buy this house.
Yeah. And there's a trail system that connects it all. So you're 2 feet away. It's amazing.